the death of tag team wrestling. I don't think I don't think for 1 second that there can't be a resurrection. Okay, but I think it's pretty safe to say at this point that tag team wrestling today
It would take a lot.
You know what?
It'd take a resurgence, like just a movement, something completely different.
It would take a level of commitment that I think a lot of people don't have anymore.
And I'm going to jump off the bridge right now without a parachute and say it's never coming back. You're going to see it from time to time.
It's not the long-term goal it used to be. And I think that's one of the bigger issues that I have with this topic, because I'm a lover of tag team wrestling. I have been my whole life. Some of my favorite matches of all time that I've enjoyed in my lifetime have been tag team matches. And it's one of the cons, I guess, of my WrestleMania road. All right. Like I said, it's on in the background right now. Episode WrestleMania 17. I've seen 17 WrestleManias in a row, spread out over the course of the last 2.5 weeks or whatever. I don't know. Whenever I get the chance, I pop it on. And I'm seeing such balanced cards. I'm seeing tag team, single championship matches, a gimmick match or two, just well booked, well put together cards. And I'm seeing these tag teams, bro. The Hart Foundation, the fucking Money Inc., the Rougeau brothers, the British Bulldogs. I'm seeing even as you get into the 90s a little bit. I bugged out. I sent you the list. I bugged out when I got to WrestleMania 14. They had a 15-team battle royal. I said 15 teams. We got 15 teams. Real quick for those of you out there, the 15 teams in there. Los Boricuas was in there twice. Savio Vega and Miguel Perez Jr. and Jose Estrada and Jesus Castillo. Then it was the Truth Commission, Sniper and Recon, Bradshaw and Chains. The Nation of Domination had 2 in there. It was Farouk and Kama Mustafa, Mark Henry and D'Lo Brown. The Rock and Roll Express were in there. The Headbangers. Too much, not too cool just yet. The Godwins, the New Midnight Express. LOD 2000 is in there. And this was just before the cusp of what I consider to be one of the best era in tag team wrestling, with the Hardys, the Dudleys, Edge and Christian, the APA, the Hollies, like that era. The Outlaws were still cooking during that time. Like that was a strong ass decade. After that decade, it's a little thinner, but you still got a few tag teams here and there with the world's greatest tag team. You still got Eminem. You start to get a little bit more, and it just starts thinning and thinning and thinning and thinning until we come all the way until today. And I said to myself, we don't have any tag teams anymore. That's the problem. We just don't have any tag teams anymore. Well, apparently that's not true.
I think we do, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. My initial reaction to this topic was, you know what the problem is we just don't have any tag teams anymore. Not fucking true. We have a lot of fucking tag teams in WWE right now. The problem is they don't really mean worth a damn. I'm going to tell you right now that these teams, even the champions, right? I'll start with Raw on the men's side, because that's the other issue. I need tag teams for women now because we have tag team titles. But for the men's side, the Usos, Jimmy and Jay, they're the champs. But let's be honest. Are they even really in the tag team division? They're the tag team champions. But are they?
At least they're a tag team, though. We'll give them that at least.
They're an established tag team, for sure. But this current incarnation of the Usos is not really in the tag team division. Alpha Academy, Otis and Tozawa. Okay. We just had a big celebration. I don't know if you remember a few weeks ago at Raw. They won the #1 contendership in the tag team titles, and you would have thought they won the Super Bowl. They popped champagne. It was a whole deal. They got a win, and it was a momentous occasion. There's the Judgment Day now being labeled as a tag team because there's only the two dudes now with Dominic and JD, but they've yet to tag.
That's not a tag team.
This
That
just
whoever
happened.
says that, that's
That's what I'm saying. They're doing it by default because they're in the group together, but they actually haven't had a chance to team yet. If they tag at all,
Finn and what's his face would have been more the tag team than anyone
up
else.
until the split, yeah, Finn and JD would have been the tag team of that group. Los Americanos, which is still hilarious. I'm still seeing people on the internet. I can't believe they're doing this to Pete Dunne. I can't believe they're doing this to Tyler Bate. This is the most over they've ever been.
Yeah.
I was in the building when these guys came out to wrestle, and the fucking place goes nuts for these guys. They love these guys. They're talking right now. I don't know if you've heard that Ludwig Kaiser is not going back to Ludwig Kaiser like ever again. Like, this is his gimmick now. He is El Grande Americano. They're going to do mask versus mask at WrestleMania and get Chad out of this. It's going to be his moving forward.
He's doing great with it.
He's doing phenomenal with it. So that works.
Dude. Yeah.
Speaking of AAA, they still have him listed as the LWO, but Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wilde, right? They still wear LWO shirts, but there really is no LWO anymore. Like, Mysterio's not there anymore. Dragon Lee's not there anymore. But they're still together, and they're in AAA now for the most part. We don't even see them on Raw anymore. The New Day, Kofi and Xavier Woods, which we barely ever see them as a team anymore because Xavier's been hurt recently. The Vision, Logan Paul and Austin Theory, and they just became a team.
That's not a tag team, yeah.
Because the next thing I wrote down, Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, was the tag team of the Vision.
That's not a tag team.
And still,
you are correct. You are correct. They were the tag team. But they are not a tag team.
They're not a tag team. Because the point of the temporary teaming was to get him over as individual stars. It was never the full.
And I think that's part of the problem. I think that's part of the problem because
that is the reason. Yes.
Yes. Lately, in the past few years, you could definitely tell that they either don't know what to do with you, so they put you with somebody, or you're running a storyline, so they put you with somebody, or you're on hold for something, so they put you with somebody. And I think you start to dilute the line between actual tag teams and people just buying time. And I think that's a big part of why things feel kind of the way that they are.
The last team on Raw for the men, the War Raiders, Eric and Ivar, which I like as a tag team. They're just not presented like a real credible. They just got beat by Obafemi by himself the other day. Obafemi just used them as a squash unit.
Yeah, but they're doing Obafemi's hitting. Let's not get on that, man. That man is to the fucking moon, brother. He is out of yo. Call Triple H racist. Call Triple H racist. I dare you. One of the biggest people in the fucking WWE in the future is going to be African American, brother. I'm telling you.
He's not the only one because Javon's getting pushed. Trick is getting pushed. They're
moving.
They're moving right now. Exactly.
No. See, let me stop you right there. Okay.
Okay.
I don't disagree with you. You're gonna have to separate those two from Oba.
The push he's about to get right now was out of this world.
He's different. Here's one of them, but you are not me. Like, it's one of those.
Did you see his walkaway promo from Monday?
Yesterday?
This past Monday.
Oh,
yes,
I didn't see
yesterday. Yeah,
I don't remember.
I don't know if it was on camera or not because I missed.
It might not have been because I watched
on YouTube. Did you see when Oba took Brock over the top rope with the?
They showed that. Yes,
okay.
They showed that.
So after that, when the Lesnar Heyman leaves, I guess they're off camera. He's walking down the aisle to his music, and I don't know if you remember, like there was an old Roman promo. The one that everybody points to that says, "Oh, this is when Roman Reigns turned the corner," when he was walking from the ring to the back, and he was talking to the camera. He said, "If I had a button, you wouldn't be able to locate it. Can't no man knock me out. I'm tired of being humble. I'm tired of giving people letting people think they got a chance. I am the head of the table. He is head, his shoulders above everybody. This is my arena. This is my camera. I run it." Oh, that's the Roman promo that everybody looks at and goes, "Damn that aura." You get those chills. He did it on Monday. He throws Brock Lesnar over the top rope. He's walking to the back. The camera follows him coming through the back and through the curtain. and he's talking at the camera. He goes, I am him. I am the ruler, the real ruler, the conqueror of conquerors. And right before he goes through the curtain, he goes, no man on this planet can beat me. I am the best. Yeah, he's going off. And I was just like, yo, this dude is on another level.
He's to the
bro.
moon. He's to the moon, man. He just needs to stay
Another
healthy.
level. Shawn
He's
Michaels
to the moon.
was sitting on this. Oh, you lucky fuck. Oh my goodness. So back to the tag team for just a second. Yeah, we had to give Oba his flowers because when we do the live conversation once again, folks, on April 14th, that's gonna be a fun fucking conversation to have. Because I have a feeling everybody we invite is gonna glaze this motherfucker to the hilt, and so they should. Because this fucking guy. On SmackDown, the new tag team champions, Damian Priest and R-Truth, which you can't really count as a tag team because this was literally their first match as a tag team, and they won the tag title. So maybe they'll be a team moving forward. I don't know. Fraxium, which is an actual tag team, but Nathan Frazier's on timeout because he broke one of the Pretty Deadly Boys' neck. So they got him on ice for the moment. So he won't be. That's why we got Kit Wilson as a single. And for those of you out there who have been asking why we haven't been talking too much Kit Wilson on the show,
Who's asking that?
I've had a few buddies that are just like, bro,
Like specifically him?
Yeah, hell yeah. I have, as a matter of fact, there's two.
Is there something we're missing? Honestly, is there something we're missing?
I get the gimmick. He's doing this whole. He's basically like one of these, like internet trolls, where it's just like, men are toxic masculinity, and every time somebody says something, he's like, "You're being toxic." He's one of these, like, I refer to him more like one of those. He's a YouTube comic character, where it's just like every time anything happens, it's toxic. You're a bad person, and this and this and this and it's masculine to cry. You can cry, you can be vulnerable. Tell you, like, one of these assholes. And they gave him an original theme. I'll give him that. The music he has, and they gave him a Titantron. It's not just his name on the screen. That's a GIF. Like, they put work and effort into this dude. So, like, I'm gonna let it ride out and see how deep we can get it. But so far, it looks goofy to me. Well, yeah, hey, whoa, you're being toxic right now. I didn't mean that in a gay way.
Yes.
Los Garzas, Angel and Berto. When's the last time we've even seen? And they're a good tag team. I like the way that they perform, but they're never on the show. The MFTs, Tamatanga and Solo Sikoa, over on the other side. They've teamed for a little bit. Obviously, the Motor City Machine Guns, Street Profits, and the Wyatt Six, Dexter Lumis and Joe Gacy, all former tag team champions. On the NXT side, the tag team champions at the moment, Swipe Right with Brad Baylor and Ricky Smokes. If you have not seen Swipe Right, you're missing out. They are phenomenal. And I'm speaking with punctuation so you understand. When you first see the gimmick, you're not going to get it. Watch them perform. It is they are flawless. These kids are great. And I say kids because I think they're literally like 20, 21, 22. Like, they're young. But these kids are good. I love these dudes. I was watching them in Evolve, and I gotta tell you, they're nasty. They're really fucking good. Their characters, they're part of a 3-man group with Jason Drake. They're called the Vanity Project. Just a bunch of stuck-up, athletic frat boy kind of characters where they're just like, they're so annoying that it's wonderful. Great fucking gimmicks. You gotta give it a try. They're on NXT now. They were on Evolve, and then they got called up to NXT. Called up to NXT is hilarious. Birthright.
Called up to NXT is crazy.
Yeah. Birthright, which is this new stable they put together of all the second generation stars. So you got Stax, you got Charlie Dempsey, you got Lexis King, you got Uriah Connors, So who is this? Stax is somebody's son. I forgot who. Charlie Dempsey is Regal's son. Lexus King is Brian Pillman's son, and Uri Connors is Finley's son. I don't know. I don't remember who Stack's dad was. We got Andre Chase and Kale Dixon. We have the Culling, Sean Spears and Nico Vance. We have Dark State, which I'm so glad Dark State exists because it really shows how special the Shield was. Because this is a perfect example of you can't just take guys off the street and put them in tactical gear and have them walk through the audience to the ring and they'll be over. Because that's not the case here. I don't want to go so far as to say that they're just not good, like they're the shits, but they need to be in NXT for a little while longer. Hank and Tank, which is hilarious because they've been in developmental for like a decade. I don't know what the hell's going on with that. The High Rise, which I know their names, but I've never really seen them perform. And same thing with this one, OTM, whatever that means. Bronco Nima and Lucian Price. I can hear you clicking whatever it is you're clicking over there. The Raw women's side, Raw women's tag team champions is the Nia Jax and Lash Legends. They're calling themselves the Irresistible Forces. They have a tag team name now. On the Raw side, Bayley and like Lara Valkyria. The Bellas.
They're okay. Good enough.
Who's the what now?
That's nothing. We already went over that. That's not a real tag team. I got you.
Well, they've had a bunch of tag team matches. Yeah. Judgment Day, Raquel and Roxanne. The Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane. On the SmackDown side for the women, Julia and Kiana James, which let me tell you something. The internet is fucking mad. The internet is fucking mad. Why is Kiana James getting over better than Julia is? Maybe she's better. Just a thought. She's definitely hotter. I'll tell you that right now. That's my choice. That's my choice. Julia's a beautiful woman, but Kiana James she's special. She's talented. She's got a nice pair of talents right there for everyone to see. Secret Hervis, Alba Fire, and Piper Niven. B-Fab and Michin, which they just became a tag team, in my opinion, because they just joined Jade. Jade took her AEW gimmick with the baddies, and she brought them to WWE. It's got B-Fab and Michin. And we have the Ring Queens. Did you hear about this? The Ring Queens. Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. The Ring Queens. NXT only has 2 tag teams. Fatal Influence, Fallon Henley and Lainey Reed. And Ren QCC, Kendall Gray, and Ren Sinclair. That's a lot of tag teams.
So for what it's worth, regardless if you want to get into like logistics or anything, or technicalities, I guess is the better word. If you want to get into technicalities, you can't say that half of that is not real tag teams, but let's say that they are, because they are working together and there's potential for any of them to hold the titles. That's a lot of relevancy, man. Like, that's a lot of people that you can deem a tag team, or you could get a match, definitely a tag team match every night that there's wrestling.
At
with
least
that many tag teams.
Yeah. My only real problem with the tag team division is, like you said earlier, which is I want to accentuate that as the main point of this conversation. They always seem like they're on the verge of splitting them up to do something different with them. And that used to be a foreign concept. Even if a team like broke up or had issues or somebody, unfortunately got injured, whatever the case may be, you usually just move the tag team guy into another tag team. There's been different variations of the Midnight Express. There's been different variations of different tag teams in the past. Even LOD had a third man at some point. Demolition had a third man at some point, which I'm going to get into that Hall of Fame shit next week. I'm going to cool down for a second, and I'm going to let cooler heads prevail, but that Hall of Fame situation has got me all the way fucked up. I'm going to cut a goddamn promo on everybody involved with that shit, because I don't care who you're fucking. On a list of Stephanie McMahon, AJ Styles. Now we have Psycho Sid, Demolition. They added Dennis Rodman to the class for the celebrity wing. Okay. Of that 5, there is only one fucking headliner in there. And I promise you, it ain't Stephanie fucking McMahon. All those legends that I just fucking mentioned. And I'm telling you right now, if Stephanie McMahon is the fucking headliner, I'm going to shit a chicken. Because bullshit. We said on the show, we didn't have a problem with Steph going into the Hall of Fame. She's a Hall of Fame performer. There's no question about that. I have no issue with her going into the Hall of Fame.
I feel like this is more of a personal thing for you.
But to sit here and say, do you disagree? Do you not think of the two choices?
I
who's the
feel
headliner?
like I know
Steph-
which way you're going.
Yeah, me. I'm asking you though.
I'm gonna have to if I think I know who you think should be the headliner, I will unfortunately have to disagree with you.
Okay, explain.
Because Stephanie does mean more to the WWE than he does. Wrestling overall, yes, but we're talking about the WWE Hall of Fame. I'm sorry, you're gonna, if it happens and she's the headliner, you are gonna have to eat that because unfortunately, that's the better call.
Are you saying? But what has she accomplished in WWE that is more than what AJ has accomplished? Are you saying that she's had more memorable moments? Because it's definitely not a performance aspect.
She's been, yeah. I mean, what's wrong? She's had plenty of performances in peak eras too.
She's had
while he was off in TNA, crushing it like he does. She was in this business fighting off a gimmick of being raped or impregnated by both her father and or her brother. Okay, she deserves the headline. Okay, she fought off these savages who were trying who incessantly impregnate her on live television. She survived, dude. Let her have it. Okay.
Well, when I was in TNA, I was the X Division champion. My dad tried to inseminate me. Okay. Dude, I get to go last, god damn it.
From the wrestling aspect, 100% I don't disagree with you. Unfortunately, where we are and what we're talking about, I am not thrown or upset if Stephanie, she earned it. She deserved it. She was here longer. Do you even know if that's the way that they're going, or you just see it coming because Stephanie's in it?
No. It's the way they're promoting it. It's the way that they're situating things, right? So first and foremost, she was the first one who was asked. That raised the flag, but I just thought it was the situation that caught her off guard. It was just perfect cinema. Let's not read too much into it. But ever since they've started announcing new members to this class, the way that they format it is Steph's on top. And then in small little pictures is everybody else. Like she's the focal point. And I just said to myself, I swear to fucking God, if she's the goddamn headliner. And then my wife's like, what are you getting mad about? She's Triple H's wife. She's the daughter of the owner of the company. How the fuck would she not be the headliner? And I'm like, if you remove AJ and just have that class as it is, she's to me, I don't have a problem. Even over Sid. I don't even care. Him being in there with the career that he's had. And I don't want to hear just WWE, because there's guys in the WWE Hall of Fame who've never stepped foot in the WWE. So that runs
the headliners? That. Were they the headliners?
I'd have to do my homework. Were they the headliners?
I'm going to go on a limb and say no. That has never wrestled in WWE. I know you were kind of being a little about that, but I doubt there's anyone who's never wrestled in WWE who was the headliner.
No, but if those guys in particular, as an example, Jushin Liger had one match, but let's face it, he was a Hall of Famer without the match happening or not. I happened to be there for that one match. It was a fun day. But if he got into the Hall of Fame, was not a headliner, but he got into the Hall of Fame without stepping foot in WWE, Had he stepped foot in WWE, had he spent time here, he would have been a headliner. He would.
Okay, but
It's like you know what I'm saying? Like he would have been. That's what I'm saying. If you remove all 10 years of AJ Styles' WWE career and just talk about him as a performer, I don't necessarily know if he gets in. But I would. It's one of those things where like I wouldn't be surprised if he got in, but I can understand if they don't because he's a TNA guy. Whatever the case may be, I understand that. 10 years on top the whole fucking time. How was that not? What? Yeah, she had great moments.
Are there wrestlers?
She was born in WWE.
Are there wrestlers around the same time where Taker was the man? That was that.
Wait, what?
You could see headlining over the Undertaker in the Hall of Fame.
The Undertaker? No,
correct.
What does that have to do with what we're talking about?
I think I'm asking this question incorrectly. Let me try this again. Are there wrestlers outside of the WWE that you would deem better wrestlers, gimmick, however the overall number you come to that conclusion? Are there better overall wrestlers or characters, whatever, than The Undertaker that are outside of the WWE?
Character, maybe not. Wrestler, sure. There probably were better.
I know we can split it and nitpick. Yeah. Is there someone, if you were putting a tier list, that you would put over The Undertaker?
Probably.
Okay. Yeah. If that person, whoever the fuck it was, is in the Hall of Fame with The Undertaker, he is not fucking headlining over The Undertaker.
No, he's not.
That's my point.
Right. But the difference in that is you keep turning it to people outside of the WWE. He's not a person from outside of the WWE. He's been here for a fucking decade. I understand that.
So has she?
She's been technically longer than a decade for her, but in the time
exactly my point.
She was in the WWE twice as long, accomplished half as much.
She's not a wrestler. What is she
accomplished? Exactly. So the more decorated performer should. We're splitting hairs here. I already said she's a Hall of Famer. I have no problem with her in the Hall of Fame. I just don't want her driving the. I just don't want her to drive the bus.
I think they will driving the
bus.
I think
he's being regarded as the best wrestler of his fucking generation, and you're putting her in as the headliner. It's fucking ridiculous. If man, I wouldn't put. It's ridiculous.
A poet once said that in WWE it's not about wrestling.
Yeah.
So let's not drive that as the focal point as why he deserves to drive the bus. You're on her bus, buddy. I'm sorry.
Oh no. We're not doing the Nepo baby bullshit.
It's not saying nothing. No. You're the one that keeps bringing that up.
She sold her stock. It's not her bus anymore. That's a TKO bus now. She sold her shares to the bus.
It's her bus. It's her bus.
She's the former owner of the bus.
Not only is she the former owner, but she is married to the man driving it right now. So, yes.
Which is the reason she's headlining. You just said it right there. Because if she wasn't married, she wouldn't be
hide behind whatever cope you want. She deserves to drive the bus. That's all. That's it.
See, that's where I have an issue. Deserves to drive the bus.
That's right.
If you want to sit here and convince me that she is because of who she is and who she fucks.
She is the boss.
Yeah.
I get it. I get what you're saying. I'm
if you're gonna sell me
devil's advocate here, but I get what you're saying.
If you're trying to sell me on why she's driving the bus, I get it. To say she deserves to drive the bus,
she does.
Outlandish.
I'm not gonna take that.
AJ Styles out of this. There is a number of people who are currently in the Hall of Fame that if she went into that class, I would be like, you're out of your fucking mind. When Bret Hart went into the goddamn Hall of Fame, no. When Shawn Michaels went, no. When Eddie Guerrero, no. I wouldn't have put Stephanie over those people. And AJ's in that category.
You know what's funny too? I even if that was the case, I don't think AJ gives a fuck.
No, and that's the problem. That's the biggest part.
He's mad for you.
Yeah, this is the part that really fucking irks me the most, is because he's just gonna sit there and be the happy to be here guy.
Hey,
he's not gonna rock the boat at all.
if he was sitting with us right now, he would tell you she deserves to drive that bus.
Yeah, and he'd be lying through his fucking
No,
teeth.
he
when
wouldn't.
do it.
He'd
Yes,
be telling
he
the
would.
truth.
I
How
would,
dare you?
I would mute his mic from right here. I've got the power.
Muting
I would
his mic is
mute his
fucking
mic.
crazy. That's
I
hilarious.
was like, stop
Wow,
with the
dude.
bullshit
Are
already.
you kidding me? Have you
Yeah.
watched her podcast?
Yeah,
Come on.
I have actually. Every time
I'm joking. I'm being like funny, but I do. There were a few of them I want to check out. I do want to visit because she has some pretty cool things going on that. I do want to check.
I watched the one that she did that I knew I had to actually watch was her and Paul Heyman. I had to watch that one because I know how much these two hated each other, and contrast to now how much they love each other, which is weird to watch in real time, especially during that interview. But every time, favorite part. You know my favorite part about the Stephanie podcast? Every time somebody mentions Triple H, you can see actual horniness on her fucking face. It is hilarious. The last one she just did was with Obafemi. And it was like, who was it that you looked up to? Like, who did you pattern yourself? And he was just like, oh man, I was a big Triple H guy. And she was like, really? He's like, and he started listing reasons why, whatever. All good reasons, by the way. Everybody in the comments was like, well, of course he's going to say that so he can get the push. She was like, no, he had some really valid reasons as to why he liked Triple H.
Bro, if you really think saying his name is going to get you the push, it's crazy.
Yeah, we've said his name 1,000 times. But
quick sidebar, I do see a lot of Triple H in his movement. I do see. Now that you mentioned that, I had never put it together. He does. Yeah, I see it a lot, actually, for sure.
High impact, take your time kind of
just the way he moves, the way his shoulders are kind of always up, the way Triple H's was and stuff like that, his body movement. Yeah, actually, I see it a lot now that you say it. Dude. Seriously.
He ends his description of Triple H by saying, yeah, he was, in his prime, he was just like the total package. He was the most complete wrestler. And then she goes, yeah, he is the total package. Like,
I think it's about package, all right.
I showed it to Steph. I said, I need you to look at me the way that she looks at Triple H, bro. Seriously. Like,
yeah, right. It's one.
I don't think you love me enough.
If my wife doesn't look at me like this, I don't want it.
Yeah. I don't think you love me enough is the issue here.
Yeah. You're not living up to these expectations.
So just really quickly on the tag team thing, just to wrap it up, because we went off.
Look at that. But so we made irrelevant. We derailed twice.
But that's kind
of Femi, by the way.
That's kind of the point. What we're trying to make here. What it really comes down to is that the reason I listed off all those names is because they're there. They're there. They're just not prioritized at all. They're not used at all unless it comes to a situation. We see more tag matches, and I would love for someone to run the numbers for me. If you look at Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and the pay-per-views as a whole, I will put money that there's a higher percentage of tag team matches that take place with mixed individuals than actual tag teams. Just to the point of story. Like when you get random main events out of Raw where it's LA Knight and Jey Uso against this person and that person. Like they're not really a tag team, but you still get tag team matches. They're using the tag team ideology as kind of like a transportation for the story. They don't treat it like a division. They treat it like this person's fighting this person and this person likes this person likes this person. Let's put them together. Just to progress the story as is. So there really isn't.
Oh my god, Rhea Ripley and Io, like they literally split them right there on TV, and it was almost like all right, we're done here, detached, because that they're like, oh, I love you, you did so much for me, thank you, hug, and then Rhea turned and go, okay, I'm single again. You know what I mean? Like it was instant. The way you see it, I know you remember it. Like she went from her tag team having fun. I'm kind of on hold a little bit. I'm doing my thing. All right, we're locked in again. Now we're back singles, and that's kind of like the feeling with tag team as a whole. It's like it's just a placeholder, or we're driving something different, multiple stories at once, or it's literally just a pause until we can figure out what we're gonna do. Sadly.
So yeah, it's the death of tag team wrestling because as you said at the very, very beginning of this, we don't see where it's going to get any better. You know, and it's not just in the WWE, by the way. I'm glad I just remembered this before we ended the segment. It happens on the independent level. There's not a lot of tag teams on the independent level either, because a lot of promoters don't want to pay for tag teams because that's double the money.
Yeah, you gotta buy
Right?
two.
If one guy's $75, the other guy is $75, that's $150 that gets me one match. If I got to do a tag match, that $150 now turns into $300 for the one match, and I can get two matches out of it. So a lot of the times it doesn't really happen though. We don't really pick up a lot of tag teams. It's a lot harder to get booked as a tag team as it is to get booked as an individual on the independent scene. And there's a few tag teams that, you know, really good tag teams. It's just they don't get a lot of action in a lot of places because they'd just rather not. Then there are those promoters that go crazy. They'll have a whole tag team tournament. It's like 8 teams, one night, 3 matches, 1 tag team title. It's like, bruh, 1 pay rate because you didn't pay me for 3 matches. They gave me the same $75 if I wrestled once to wrestle 3 times. I didn't walk out of here $225 richer, you asshole. But and so it's like with the criticism in baseball or basketball is like they don't treat the Pee Wee League correct. So then when they don't develop good habits in Pee Wee, and then they don't develop it in high school, and then they don't develop it in college, by the time they get to the pros, they don't have the skill set. So that's what we have here. There's a lot of guys who are tag teams who don't know how to work tag team style matches because they're winging it because the people in charge don't know how to instruct them how to have a tag team match. So the death of tag team wrestling, it's unfortunate. You hate to see it happen.